Hello and welcome to HD Revit. In this tutorial, we are going to learn how to model this simple house step by step in Revit. And how are we going to do that? I'm going to show you some steps and then I will leave you with some exercises so that you might practice what you come to learn right now. But before I go there, I'm going to highlight some key features about the design of this project so that you might have an understanding of its design and you are now able to model what you really understand. Okay, let's now get into modeling this project. The way we are going to do this is I am going to start every step, show you how you can do that, and then I will leave you an exercise where you are going to practice and finish up that exercise. This is going to help you a lot in terms of practice. It is very, very important when you are learning a software to be active and participate in every exercise. If you do this for 2 or 3 projects, you will now start to be comfortable in terms of working. So try to follow the tutorial and then try to do the exercises that I'm providing to you. Let us do this for at least 1 week and you will see a good result. To start, I'm going to use this template, and this template is for our studio, and this one is also going to be uploaded on our Patreon page. It contains some settings such as the scale, the units, and different types of walls and doors and windows. You can see it has various types of walls and doors and windows that you might need in your project that are not present in the default template. So if you want this one, subscribe to our channel so that you'll be updated when everything is ready on our Patreon page. Now, to get started, I'm going to import a card. I'm going to go to insert here and then go to link card and then choose this file here, and that is it. This is the file. Select it, and then there is this little pin here. You can pin, and if you unpin it, you can actually move it. You can actually move everything. Ctrl Z, and if you pin this one, you can no longer move this one. It is impossible to move, so I prefer to keep it pinned. And then after that, I'm going to add the grids. I'm going to go to grids here, and I'm going to start with the very first one. I'm going to go in the middle here and create our first grid, vertical grid. And I'm going to start with 1. Now, to place a second grid, I'm going to go to this one and then go to copy, and then I'm going to maybe pick this one in the right position somewhere here, and then I go in the middle here. I place the second grid. This is now going to be the second grid. You can see that when I copy it follows this rule of 1, 2, and all the copies are going to be in this logic. Now I'm going to leave all these other grids for your exercise, but I'm going to do the horizontal grid. I'm going to start with this one. I might maybe go to, I can use the middle of this door here, and I will stretch this a little bit further, and this one I will name it A, So to place the second grid, the second horizontal grid, I'm going to go over that and then make a copy and then place it somewhere in the center. It's not necessarily in the center, but it can be changed most of the time because we shall see how to use dimensions to arrange these grids. Now there is this conflict here. If I select this one and then click on this one, you can now see that this conflict is going to be solved. You can do it to every grid. Now I'm going to leave the exercise for you. You're going to copy all the grids from this position all the way to here, and we're going to have grids on all the positions. And after you have done the exercise, this is how the grids are going to look like. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vertical grids, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 horizontal grids. Next, now let's add the walls using these grids. I am going to go to walls and then choose a stack wall, and I'm going to start from this grid all the way to the finishing point. You are going to follow the CAD layout so that you might be able to place these walls. You can now see that when I reach in the middle, now there is a snap point that is going to guide me all the way up. And at this point here, I'm going to finish because this wall here is kind of different. You might have seen it. I'm going to stretch this wall back to snap to this point here, and I am going to click on this wall, right click, create a similar, and I'm going to start from this point here, from this point, and I'm going to draw other remaining walls, and I'm starting from this point here this way, and this is what I'm going to do. So for this wall here, the settings that we must select this one. As you can see, we have the base offset of -50, but I want it to be -20, and this top offset here is going to change to 0. Okay, this is how I want this wall to look like. Now I'm going to select all these walls and then go to all instances in this project, and then I will go I will actually remove this wall here so that I might have access to these settings, and then I will put -20, and this one is going to be 0, and the changes are going to instantly be available on the floor plan. I'll go back to level 1, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to wall again, but this time I'm going to change these things because I'm going to choose a generic 150, and this is what I'm going to actually do. This one I'm going to leave all the settings the same, and I'm connecting these walls like this, and that's actually it. So I'm going to stretch this a little bit back like this because I want that particular wall to look like that. So I'm really happy with what I'm seeing now, and yeah, it looks like that. This is what I'm going to do now. I'm going back to the level 1 floor plan. I'm going to go to all back again, and I'm going to choose another stack wall. This one is an interior wall. Okay, so I'm going to start from this point. I'm gonna start from all the way from this point all the way up to this point. You can see that I'm following grids. Okay, all right, for now you can see we have these types of wall. We have the interior wall, this one here. You can see it still has these settings. I'm putting -20, and then I'm putting 0 as the top offset, and this is going to be the same. Actually, you might select all the walls and then do the same settings. All right, so we have this interior wall, exterior wall, and then we have this thermal wall. Now, going back to the ground floor, to the first floor plan, you can see that we still have all these walls here, and all these walls I'm going to leave it as an exercise for you. So you will need to download this file and then take 1 or 2 minutes to finish up this exercise. Do it. Do this exercise. You will thank me later. This is really helpful when you are learning any new software.